All right, Coach, this ACC tournament's been kind of crazy here the last couple of years. You've only played one-goal games. Well, what is it about this tournament that brings out this lacrosse in these teams?
Well, I think everybody's excited to have a shot at winning, their conference championship, and all teams are playing very well right now. And certainly to be playing Carolina, a team that we just played a couple of weeks ago that just turned around and beat Notre Dame, just a great game to participate in.
How different was that Carolina team you saw that beat Notre Dame from maybe the one that you saw here in the Dome a couple weeks ago?
Well, we know they're playing well. I mean, the previous two games to us, they played extremely well, ACC games, and then to turn around and have a comeback against Notre Dame, who I think is probably one of the best, if not the best defensive teams in the country, unheard of. So they're playing extremely well. I think they're riding high right now, going into the ACC tournament #1. A lot of things going for the Tar Heels.
A little different climate than you guys have played in. See highs maybe in the 90s this week. How do you prepare for Atlanta?
Can't. You got to find a sauna somewhere or go in your room and turn the heat up, but there's no way you can prepare for it. We just have to be ready to use more players than we have. If we have the ball in offense, we've got to dip into the third midfield. If they have the ball more, we've got to get more into the second group of short sticks and poles, and probably just use more people than we have in the past.
The sense of pride being in this tournament. Sure, you're probably in the big one either way, but there's a sense of pride to go out there and try to bring it home again.
Yes, almost a year ago we walked off the field with the ACC championship, and it's great to have the opportunity to do it again. But it all starts with North Carolina on Friday night.
Is there any talk about winning or a good showing kind of gets you a home game, or even maybe just gets you a bid, like nothing said?
Yeah, it's we have to go out, and I think our focus has to be on North Carolina. If we start talking about other scenarios or looking past them at all, nothing's good is going to happen to us. So it's really with the team, we're just focusing on North Carolina, what they do offensively, defensively, who our matchups are, and their tendencies.
When you look at the offense kind of evolving over the course of the season, is this maybe more of what you envisioned with Dylan carrying the ball more and the midfielders really kind of racking up the goals?
I think to start the season we weren't sure. We knew we had Dylan Donahue back, but we had new players, and Mariano, Sergio stepping up. Barber playing two positions. Paroli got hurt, so the whole thing has been an adjustment throughout the whole season. Now we're getting Tommy Grimm back probably for this. We were missing a short stick for a couple of games, so everything has been a challenge, and I don't think that we've been really deep to start with. So a lot of adjustments, and I think what hasn't killed us has made us stronger.
With Nick Burley scoring the other day, take any more confidence that perhaps he's close enough back to give you a lot more?
Yeah, he's out there. He's a very smart player. He makes very few mistakes. I probably hasn't played that much this year, but I think he'd be low in the turnover ratio. So every week that he can play, I think he's gotten better and more comfortable. Yes.
Do you maybe look at a certain point in the year, maybe where things started to round together?
I think really the North Carolina game, we'd been in games before that where, in our losses, we've had leads and the other team's been able to come back and score goals and win it at the end. I think North Carolina, a little bit of a turning point. Even Hobart, when they came back against us, Ben was turned around and won some face-offs in the fourth quarter, and our defense played really tough. The score was 9-7, and defense shut them out the rest of the way on that comeback, and the offense was able to put up a few more goals. So I think I think those games were probably a good turning point for us.
Can you talk about Dylan and how he's improved over the 4 years, and then where he ranks all time amongst players who you've coached here at SU?
Well, he's way up there. He's a real student of the game. As far as guys, working hard and putting the time in themselves, he's got to be at the top of the list, because I don't remember anybody working harder than him. And in strength and conditioning, and just the summertime, I almost worry about him working too much. That where he can do too much and have it take a toll on its body. But I think that the fact that he played a little bit more off the ball in the past, now he's more with the ball. He's been able to find people open and score assists this year. I think he was a complete player.
How beneficial is it to have this week off or this layoff, and what is the mentality going into practice?
Well, I think the mentality's been good. We had 4 games in 14 days, 3 games in 9 days. Even the Binghamton game, the second half, I sensed that our legs were a little bit tired. So to have the time off has been good for our bodies, for the players' bodies, and I think that for us as coaches to have preparation. We're focusing on just North Carolina, but we've got to go down there with some notes on Duke and Notre Dame. So it's been good for the coaching staff, and them to have the weekend off, get their legs back under them, And as far as preparation goes, we've just played them a couple weeks ago, so nothing's going to change too much. We're pretty familiar with who they are.
Brian mentioned the close games a minute ago. How much does the atmosphere change in this ACC tournament setting, and just from the regular season to the postseason?
Well, it's like it's kind of like an NCAA game. I mean, your goal is to try to win an ACC championship, and you lose one game and you're out. So it's very important. Every little mistake could be the difference in a one-goal game. So you're trying to get rid of your turnovers and make less mistakes as the game goes on.